I'm Rick Kahler. Thanks for joining me. Well, for residents of places like the Black Hills, where the first day of spring usually brings a snowstorm, the timeshares for resorts in Florida or Mexico can have a lot of appeal. They seem like a fun idea for a vacation in the sunshine, as well as a good deal financially. Over the past 30 years, I've researched hundreds of timeshare offers. I've never bought one. When you take a close look at the numbers and the restrictions, they simply don't add up to a good value. Now, one of the biggest problems with timeshares that I find is that they can lock you into a specific vacation. Spending a week at that resort in Mexico in February or exploring the local area and relaxing by the pool might be a wonderful idea for a year or even several years. But eventually, you might get tired of going to the same location, the same neighborhood, doing the same things, seeing the same people. After a while, even a rut person like me might want to do something different. Some timeshares mitigate this problem by participating in vacation exchanges like RCI or Interval International. And of course, these services will charge an additional fee. Could be as low as $150 or as high as $500. You might think that, well, if you get tired of a timeshare, that you can just sublease it or sell it. Well, this isn't necessarily an easy thing to do. There could be restrictions on subleasing, which is another good reason to read the fine print before you sign. And selling is often pretty difficult. And you're just not going to get your money back from your original purchase. So while you're even holding it, trying to sell it, you're still paying the annual fees. And that's the real kicker. In figuring the cost of a timeshare, it's those annual fees that really get you. You're told up front what the fees are at the time of buying a timeshare, yet you don't have any control over what the fees may be in 5 or 10 years. The only thing you can count on is that they'll increase. And oftentimes when I do the numbers, I find out that for what the annual fee is to the property, I can rent a pretty good place, often equivalent to the timeshare, without putting any money down. So, I mean, just to illustrate this point, I recently investigated a resale site that listed a timeshare on a nice property in Boston, Massachusetts. The timeshare originally sold for $20,000 or $30,000, I forget exactly which, but I could buy it for $1,000. Pretty good deal? No, I passed on the opportunity because the fees were so high. In another example, I once took a serious look at a timeshare in a luxury apartment complex in London. I love London. It seemed like a possibility for fulfilling one of my dreams, which would be to live there part of the year. No, it wasn't. As a salesperson told me, comparing the cost to buy the timeshare versus the cost to stay as a non-member would take around 30 years to recoup the purchase price. Then I, or more likely one of my heirs, would have 10 more years to stay for, quote, free before it totally expired, because it was a 40-year lease. It's free except for the annual fees. Just didn't make any sense. The sales rep, when I pointed this up, was clear that, well, a membership at this complex isn't intended as a good financial investment. It's an investment in lifestyle. Well, when it comes to timeshares, that's the bottom line. If the lifestyle being sold truly fits for you, and you would pay even more for that location than you could renting it, and you believe it's going to fit for the long term, then maybe buying a timeshare makes sense. For most people, though, and most of the time, my conclusion is timeshares are just too expensive. Even if someone gives you one. Wow, the annual fees alone will just keep it from being a good value. I've never found one that was cheaper than getting a nice hotel or resort for a couple of weeks. paying for a hotel stay will cost less in the long run, and you're going to enjoy relaxing vacations with no long-term commitment. Thanks for joining me.